What's up friends, Stobbie here, and praise Overhype Studios. We have a new DLC, The Blazing Deserts, a Battle Brothers DLC. Quick little video, let's just check out what they say in the announcement and theorycraft a little bit about what we can expect. Dude, man, I'm so glad this came out. This has completely reignited my passion for Battle Brothers. I've hardly played it all for the last 6 months, but I've clocked in like a dozen hours in the last couple of days just from seeing this. So, Blazing Deserts DLC announcement. We're excited to announce that we're working on another DLC for Battle Brothers called Blazing Deserts. The focus of the DLC will be on expanding and enriching the existing world with a new land of burning deserts and lush jungles to the south. Across these lands, you'll find a unique culture loosely based on historic Arabian and Persian cultures of the medieval ages, built atop the ruins of an ancient empire in the world of Battle Brothers. You'll find new law and a different political system. Equipment not seen anywhere else, and fresh contracts to earn your stay with. There'll be a new late game crisis, and new legendary locations, and several new beasts roaming the wilds. This DLC will be our biggest one yet for Battle Brothers. God, I'm so excited. Here's the rough list of features we're aiming for. So let's bear in mind, with the language they've used here, aiming for, they can't guarantee any of this will be in, but let's see. A realm of independent southern city-states with their own law, equipment and services, as well as entirely new character backgrounds to recruit. A new late-game crisis that tests the mettle of your company in the fires of religious turmoil. Whoa. A gallery of company feats that grant permanent boons with which to customize your company to your playstyle as you progress through your campaign. A variety of new opponents with their own fighting style, from exotic beasts to desert raiders and southern armies quite unlike those in the north. New environments, both on the world map and in tactical combat. Several new origins to pick for your company for a different campaign experience. New banners, weapons, armors and helmets inspired by historic Arabian and Persian cultures of the medieval ages. And new legendary locations and legendary rewards. New contracts and events. New crafting recipes for owners of the Beasts and Exploration DLC. Several new music tracks by Breakdown Epiphanies to accompany you on your travels south. In addition to these major features, the DLC will also include countless smaller additions. Just like in the past, we'll explain all major features and most minor ones in detail in future dev blogs as we go along, so you'll always know what we're working on and why. We expect to be finished sometime in quarter 2 of this year, so that's like June, July, not bad. And we'll announce a release date and final feature list once we're closer to the finish line. Alongside the DLC, which will not be free, the game will also receive a sizable free update again. This update will contain a whole bunch of improvements, quality of life features and balancing changes, as well as some minor content additions. Join us next week for our first dev blog on the new DLC. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay! Oh man. Oh, this could be so good. I mean, if you think about how good the Warriors of the North DLC is, this is super promising. If they have much of the same concept, but just, you know, do kind of the opposite for the southern type of peoples. The first thing that jumps out at me on this here is that grenade this guy is holding. So I've been wondering for a while whether they could bring a grenade in to help with crowd control when you're fighting masses of undead and whatnot. I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult for them to do, because they would just kind of take the same mechanics of the vial of holy water and then just give it a different animation and make it apply to organic targets. But that could be so useful. I hope they make it very hard to get and very difficult to find and very expensive and costly. Either that, or they should make it craftable, but again make it very costly. I mean, gunpowder, some sort of explosives, that would not be easy to get your hands on. Next thing that jumps out at me is the word independent southern city-states. So does that mean, let's imagine that the map as it exists now when you play Battle Brothers might zoom out a little, and let's say there's, for argument's sake, 6 more cities further to the south. Would each of those 6 cities be their own faction? The independent southern city-states suggest that they might be, but I wonder how they would handle that. I mean, I suppose it wouldn't clutter that relations screen too much to just have, you know, your northern and mid-map, what would you actually call them now? Middle-earth factions, and then a whole bunch of lists of like city-states. I suppose it might work similar to how it did in Civ 5, where you have major powers and then independent city-states. I like the idea of this, a gallery of company feats that grant permanent boons. So imagine like if you accomplish a feat, then you get Let's say, for example, kill orc warriors with hammers. Then you get bonus damage with hammers. I only hope that you only get X amount of boons available at any one time, because then otherwise it would incentivize you to just grind super long and get all the boons just for flat bonuses to everything. New opponents, that's fine. Crafting things to craft, we can't really think about that just yet, it's too early. The new origins are interesting because the origins that were added so much to the game and so good. Okay, so again, I'm going to stop it here because there isn't too much to go on ahead about now. We don't want to speculate anymore. But really, the thing I'm most excited about is this grenade here. And some of the armors might be quite interesting. I'm guessing with the mythos in the background and what I'm looking here, I wonder if they might look to plug the gap between heavy and light armor with more viable medium armors, because medium armors are kind of the problem child armors of the game. You either need to go super heavy as a hedge knight, or you have to go super light as a nimble person to get the most out of the armor. It would be quite interesting to have a viable middle ground between the two. Anyway, thanks for watching, friends, and come join me next week when I do another video to check out the next DLC. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you then. And also check me out on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming Battle Brothers every Monday from 7 p.m. Central European Standard Time, CEST. That's Johannesburg time zone. From 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Monday at least. I might stream some other times, but it's every Monday on twitch.tv/Stobbie149 is Battle Brothers Night. Thanks a lot, friends, and I'll see you guys then.